Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan. Saturday's off to a good start, hopefully. It is a nice one here. Not too chilly this morning, but the colors are out. The sun is out. Beautiful fall day in mid-Michigan, and I hope wherever you are as well. Lots of stuff going on. Holy cow, it's been a busy week. It's going to be busy, next couple of weeks of October and a super busy November as we careen ever forward to Black Friday coming up here at the end of November. So just about a month and a week or two away. You guys can hang on for that. It'll be a fun one. Absolutely guarantee that. Let's see here. I got a bunch of stuff to talk about, including the Halloween drop we did yesterday, some new releases, and a little bit of news for the YouTube channel as well. But hang on a second here. Let's say some hellos. Holy cow, there's a lot of you saying hello this morning. Thank you guys so much for being out here. Jennifer, hey, good morning to you. TKR out in Boston, Metro Boston. Good morning to you guys. Thank you very much for being here. Gary and company saying good morning at Doogie's as well. Paul, good morning to you from down the Saginaw Way. Karen, hiya, Karen. Hopefully everything is going well with you. Good morning. And on the west side of the state, Mr. Rick from the Grand Rapids area. Mike, good to see you last week, sir. Glad you had a chance to stop in, and good morning to you as well. Here we go from the Steve Carlson, mayor of the vinyl community, a dreary Colorado. The mountains got some snow. You're not too far off, are you, Steve? Steve, again, our good friend and co-host of the Two Guys Talking About Records podcast, coming up every Sunday evening on Spotify, Apple, on our YouTube channel, and a few other places as well. Check out Steve's channel when you get a chance on YouTube. Just look for Steve Carlson Vinyl Community, and he is a prolific content creator. Happy to have you a part of that still, sir. And I got a package going out for you today, by the way. This Sunday on the podcast, Steve, what are we talking about? 5 albums that helped steer us into a new genre that were the gateway into a new genre for us. That could be an interesting discussion. I've been giving that some thought, Steve. So we'll go from there. Let's see. Pat, happy Saturday down by the river. This river, that river, which river are you talking about? Chuck, hey, good morning to you. Yeah, it's a good day for yard work, or it's a good day to sit in the record store and listen to music. That's what I'm going to be doing anyhow. I'll put the yard work off till a Monday or Tuesday. Alan, good afternoon. Oh, okay, maybe there, but not here. So, but good afternoon to you, sir. And Tracy, good morning from sunshine over in Chesaning. Very cool. Again, thank you guys very much for tuning in every Saturday morning when you do, just to hear me babble on about a few things. Much appreciated. If you're on the YouTube side, please do make sure you hit that that like button. Make sure you hit the comment button like you're doing, and all the other stuff, and make sure you're subscribed. We're creeping up on 2,000 on the YouTube subscriber list. There's no big. I'm not going to get streamers or confetti dropping like when we hit the 1,000 mark, but 2,000 pretty cool. So we're getting up there. Yeah, but if you watch on YouTube, please give us a sub on that side. Couple more quick ones. Ryan, hey to you, sir, as well as Betty in Toledo. Good morning, and thank you very much for being here. Pat chiming in. Oh, there's Betty saying good morning from Toledo. And Pat chiming in last weekend at the camper. Yeah, time to winterize that, isn't it? Okay, Friday vinyl drop. We put out a little question mark on the Facebook page earlier in the week because I was trying to decide whether or not this would be the week for the Halloween vinyl, or if we waited a week a little closer to the actual day itself of Halloween. And resoundingly, the folks on the Facebook side said, put the vinyl out now. Put the Halloween vinyl out now. So that was yesterday's vinyl drop. If you're unfamiliar with that is, if you're new to the channel, again, if you're subscribed, you'll see this. You'll see it on Facebook as well. Although Facebook's been still wonky with the links. So I recommend folks just look at YouTube in the interim on that. But every Friday at 11 a.m. when the store opens, a video goes up on YouTube that shows all of the new stuff hitting the shelves, both new releases and the new additions to vintage vinyl. So every week we put out a lot of stuff. There's usually a throng of about 4 or 5 diehards waiting outside the store here every Friday when we open up. You guys know who you are. And it's great to see you all here, by the way. But the video goes up to give those that can't be here and those who are out of town a chance to look at what we've got going onto the shelves. We had a lot of new people in the past week or two, by the way. And if you're new to this channel and new to the store and following us, yeah, when we put the stuff out on Friday, All you got to do is call or send me a message or an email, and if we have it available, we'll put it aside for you. And we do ship. In fact, I've got 3 packages over there today that I'm going to try to sneak away and get shipped out before the post office closes. But yesterday was the Halloween music. You guys know I save stuff up for different days, and the Halloween vinyl was no exception. So take a look at that video. There's still some good stuff. A lot of stuff went yesterday, but there's still some goodies. This one I was surprised at. This is an absolute original 19, forgetting the date on this, but it's going to be early 60s. The Bobby Boris Pickett version of Monster Mash, and the rest of the album from Bobby Boris and the Crypt, or Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers. I have to say that right, but yeah, that's the original Monster Mash. That one's no slouch on Discogs, but the vinyl we got in this one's a little worse for wear, as is the cover. Other scary stuff that went out there. I don't know. Is this scary? It's the Scottsville, Michigan Clown Band. I know some folks that have a very, I forget that specific phobia that makes you unhappy around clowns. And then this, I had a couple questions about. Is this a Halloween record? I'm not certain. This is the soundtrack to E.T., and it was a special one that went out, narrated by Michael Jackson. My little note on there says that it is with the original booklet, and yep, it does come. It's got the album inside, which is decent, but it also has the original booklet that came with it. It's a neat little color booklet that go through here. But my note said that it had the creepy E.T. MJ poster inside, and I got some questions. What do you mean by? Well, I'll show you a creepy Michael Jackson E.T. poster. Here it is. This is the original poster from the album. And this is again a little worse for wear, but I don't know. Does that count as creepy? It very well, knowing now, right? But yeah, so that's with that. That and a bunch of other Halloween type of records are still out on the shelf. So if you're curious, let us know. Give us a shout, and we'll do that. DKR going back to the clowns. Yep. Some folks don't like this. Scottsville Clown Band, it's not really a Halloween album. They're a marching band, but I threw that in there because sometimes I'm a smart aleck. Go figure, right? DK, hey man, DK from GB. I got to get that out right. Good morning, sir. Okay, new releases. All right, there was some delay. Now, the hurricanes down south have interrupted shipping a little bit because some of our suppliers are down south, a couple in Florida. They weren't directly impacted, but that little pathway through Florida was impacted. So one of the bigger new releases from yesterday was the brand new MC5 called Heavy Lifting. This is Wayne Kramer and Company, which RIP to pretty much all of the original members of the MC5. This one was recorded, and they got this done and in the can before Kramer's death earlier this year. So it has been posthumously released. This version, I've got a couple different, but yeah, Wayne Kramer, Brad Brooks, Don Was is on here. Let's see, there's some other guest stars, including Slash, William Duvall, Tom Morello, Joe Barry. So we see a few folks on here. But what this one is, the single LP version of this is on pearl colored vinyl, kind of whitish vinyl. That is what got delayed in the shipping. I did not get my supply. I did get a couple, but only to cover pre-orders, by the way. So if you pre-ordered it, I've got it. But I didn't get my extra copies because of a delay. The rest of the single LP versions of this, the pearl vinyl, will be here next week. If you need or want one of those, please let me know, because there's going to be limited, and I'm only going to have a few of them. And we'll go from there. But this version is that album. It's the brand new album, Heavy Lifting. It's on black vinyl, but it's a double LP version. So the second LP is live recordings from the MC50 tour, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Kick Out the Jams. So the two versions, one being the single LP on colored vinyl, I will get more of next week. If you need one, you got to let me know, because they're going to go, and I've only got a limited amount coming in. So let me know on that. But this version, I have 2 copies of. The double LP is a little more expensive, $36, black vinyl. And the second LP is live stuff from their MC50 tour from a couple of years ago, I think. Ramblin' Rose, Kick Out the Jams, Come Together, Motor City's Burning, Poison, Shakin' Street, a few other ones. So some good live stuff from Kramer and Company before they passed away on that. Okay, two versions also. A new reissue from yesterday was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Long After Dark. The two versions on this include the single vinyl reissue on limited edition turquoise colored vinyl. That I've got two of, I believe, and I could get more of this. That's going to be readily available. We'll have that more. I believe it's a remix also. No, remastered, newly remastered. This one includes a double-sided lithograph as well. So colored vinyl with a lithograph, and then just because there's a double LP version of this, I think we're seeing a lot of this. Steve and I have talked about this on the podcast. This is an expanded deluxe edition of Heartbreaker, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Long After Dark, the remastered version of the album that's on the other one, plus 12 rediscovered tracks, including 7 that were previously unreleased. So the first LP is Long After Dark, remastered. The second LP are those extra tracks that, including newly rediscovered, never released ones. So I think I've got 2 of these, and we'll be able to get more. But again, your choice is, if you're a fan of colored vinyl, then we need the thumbnail, right? There we go. If you're a fan of colored vinyl, you get just the single one, just like the MC5, black vinyl only on the double LP with all the extra stuff. Speaking of extra stuff, and holy cow, this is a heavy one. Let me look at my time. I got to move around here pretty quick. Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is the only known performance that was recorded of these two, the complete 1993 performance by the iconic blues duo, celebrating its 25th anniversary. So this was a television special, and this has been released before, but in a kind of scaled back fashion. This is a triple LP coming to us from Stax Records and Craft Recordings. So triple LP means it's a lot more expensive, but this is the entirety of the performance with Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. As such, be forewarned, it's a little expensive. The price tag on this is $75. But again, triple LP, and it's got some the entirety of side B is Texas Flood. So good mix of SRV and Albert King stuff on here. 1 copy of this in stock right now. If you need more, let me know. I think we can get them. Other reissues, one of the Rocktobers from yesterday. We got 1 Ramones in stock left, and that is Pleasant Dreams. Oh, hey, I forgot about this one. The other Halloween stuff. I found a couple copies of the Evil Dead soundtrack. Now, keep in mind, this is an unofficial one, but they've been doing a pretty decent job with those. In fact, you might even say that the audio quality of a lot of these unofficials are groovy. Go from there. A couple copies of that if you need and want it. Other new release, Sponge 1994. This is a new album from Sponge, and it is nothing but cover songs from music that came out in 1994. So Supersonic, The More You Ignore Me, Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon, Interstate Love Song, Bull in the Heather, Can't Speak. Sponge doing versions of some great stuff from the year 1994. Speaking of Sponge, still got a couple copies of their Demoed in Detroit on the shelf if you want to grab one of those. And just other notable stuff. Speaking of unofficials, I got a Pearl Jam unofficial, The Broadcasts, 1992. Unfamiliar with the sound quality, but I did a little research on that one, and I didn't think it was going to be too bad, so we've got that on the shelf. More unofficials coming too. You guys need to stay tuned for that. That's down the line a bit. And then I picked this up because I wanted to listen to my copy of the Dead Kennedys and their Frankenchrist. It's on blue vinyl. I don't believe it has the poster inside, though. They stopped doing the Giger poster ages ago. So here we go. Okay, let's see here. A couple more quickies and we'll hit the road. Fred in Grand Rapids, good morning. And DK, no, I've not played Mr. Ed backwards lately because I didn't want to unleash the demons. There as well. Dan, good morning from Jackson Hole, way out west, and I see a little snowflake on there, sir, up in the high country, so to speak. Enjoy your trip out there, sir. And Chuck, the new Jerry Cantrell. Oh, I forgot about the Jerry Cantrell. I'm out of the new Jerry Cantrell called I Want Blood. I'm glad you got yours, Chuck, and I'm glad that it rocks. I will get more. In fact, I do have more copies of the Cantrell coming next week as well. So, all right, if that helps, if you need something, let me know. We'll hold on to it for you. The record store day order did go in on Monday. We put that in. Highlights from that. A lot of you requesting the Doors live in Detroit. A lot of you requesting the Billie Eilish isolated vocals and the Bluey. Holy cow. I don't know how many of the Bluey we're going to get, but there were a lot of you requesting that Bluey 7-inch. So we will do our best. Stay tuned as we get closer. Lots of stuff. Now, quick announcement. I've got a surprise coming up for some content on the YouTube channel. Today's the 19th, so sometime in the next week and a half or so, probably closer to the end of the month, I've got some content that'll be going up on the YouTube channel. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to tease it at that and leave it at that so you guys can make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so when we do put this cool stuff up, you will see that. All right, I see by the clock on my computer, and the one on the wall stopped, so I have to use the computer, that it is time for me to wrap this up. We'll get the turntable spinning, the lights turned on out there. The dude is still napping. He'll be here through the afternoon also with me, by the way. But please feel free to stop on by. 716 George Street, just north of downtown Midland. I'll be open today from now until 6 p.m. Tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 4 p.m. Don't forget the podcast, Two Guys Talking About Records, that we do with Steve Carlson every Sunday afternoon. And don't forget the new release show coming up this afternoon. Some cool stuff in that. I'll have that up on the YouTube channel within the next couple of hours or so. All right, you folks, get out and enjoy yourself. Get some yard work done. Enjoy the sunshine in the mid-Michigan area. Steve, sorry about the clouds, and Dan, sorry about the weather out there. But you guys hang tough. We'll enjoy the sunshine here in mid-Michigan. Next week, I will talk to you guys again live on Saturday morning. As always, thank you so much for being here from Radio Wasteland. We'll talk to you then. Have a great one, folks. Thanks again.